Hi guys, it's me, Trudy Lee. How's everybody doing? Good, I hope. Looks like it's about to rain outside today, and we need it. I mean, we need it. It was yesterday. I went to the grocery store, and in the car, I saw the thermometer was 103. Yeah, and it's really hot out there today too. I'm sure it's triple digits, but there's a big old black cloud coming up, so we might get a shower. That'll cool things off really nicely. They're saying that uh, we're reaching our peak, and this should be the last week that we have 100 and three triple digits. Hopefully, they're saying it'll go down to 98. Woo! So it's so hot, y'all. You can't even do anything. Oh, and I figured out that everybody's been complaining. Everybody's getting hit with all these commercials during their videos. Well, YouTube has changed the way they do things. So you upload your video, and then you say, okay, I'll take monetization. You can do, and then you'll say, I'll just have a commercial at the very front, and you can skip that ad. That's the agreement. You agree to have that ad, but it's skippable. You don't have to watch it if you don't want to. Well, now they've changed it. They have all the boxes checked, and you can't uncheck them. You can't do anything. You can upload your video. After you upload it, you have to go back into it and uncheck those boxes. Okay? And that's what's going on, because all us people that make videos were like, why is this happening? How is this happening? I didn't check that box. I didn't say that was okay. And that's why, because now they're just automatically all checked. It's so weird. I don't know why they changed it, but I figured it out. So hopefully that won't happen anymore. Sometimes I'll upload a video and then just walk away and let it go and put it public. And I forget, that I have to go back in and change that setting. It's just an extra step. You can't just, upload your video and it's done. You have to go back and change everything. So it's kind of weird. But anyway, we figured out how to do it. Okay, you guys. So y'all know my friend that was a nurse that took care of my husband when he was in the hospital. She's in the hospital now. I know y'all said prayers for her, and I really appreciate it. Y'all continue praying for her. I think today is her 5th day in the hospital. So she's been in the hospital for 5 days now. But she says she's getting better. I haven't talked to her on the phone, but I've talked to her text. She texts me, and she said she's breathing easier now. She said they're taking very good care of her. So she's at the hospital that she, nurses in. So they all know her and they're taking good care of her. So thank God for that. When you get sick with this coronavirus, she's a single woman. She has adult children, but she lives by herself. And so she got sick, and, all they could do was drop stuff at her front door. There's nobody there to help you through this COVID. Nobody. So she was on her own. She had to recognize when she needed to finally go to the emergency room, which was probably hard to do. You think, well, I just got to survive this, And I told her, you probably needed to be in the hospital a couple of days ago, but thank God she's there now getting the help that she needs. And there's a lot of fires out there. There's a bunch of fires in California. There's actually fires all over the United States, but I guess California is the biggest fires. They're out of control. So you guys say a prayer for those people that are in harm's way, and all our firefighters and all the, first responders that are there. There's some small fires in Alaska, Colorado, Arizona, Washington, Oregon, but they are much smaller. But there's fires all over the place, you guys. So we're having, such hot weather. And what about this postal situation? Man, Trump will try anything. He'll do anything. It's just crazy that this man thinks he can get away with anything, and he'll just do it. And he blatantly will just say, well, I'm messing with the post office, and he thinks he's going to get by with it, And his that guy DeJoy doing his bidding for him, I think he's going to get in a bunch of trouble. I really do. I have my Etsy. I sell on Etsy, and I have mailed out a package to a lady. It was a belt, y'all. It was a belt. She bought it for $10. It was a really pretty belt, and I mail every single day. I mail stuff for Etsy. I go to the post office every day. Honestly, I do. This belt never got scanned in. I mean, I paid for the label and everything. You can see the label, you can see the tracking, but it looks like I didn't take it to the post office. I had a whole bunch of stuff. I probably had like 30 packages I brought to the post office, and one of them didn't get scanned in. It was this lady's belt. And I told her, I mailed it. I swear I mailed it. I'm an honest seller. There's no reason for me to have not mailed it. You know, if I didn't have the belt, I'd refund her the money. But I told her, there's a bunch of things going on with the post office right now. Just be patient. I'm sure it will show up. I had mailed that. 4 days later, she wanted to know where her belt was. In 4 days after everything that's going on. And then today I opened my computer. She opened a case against me on Etsy. I'm like, are you kidding me? Here's your refund. Enjoy the belt, enjoy the money. I don't need the hassle for $15, you know, with shipping and all. It was $15 refund. That lady was going crazy for $15. I'm like, please, don't even buy anything from me ever again. So whatever. It was very annoying. I feel really bad that she didn't get her belt. And I tried to be nice to her, but she told a little bit of a lie, saying that she contacted me and I told her it's impossible for her to get her belt. And I said, Etsy reviews our conversation, and Etsy knows I never said that to you. That is not true. I told you exactly what happened. So anyway, I gave her her money back. So got off to a rocky start this morning. You know, people are just annoying. They're so impatient, you know. They're so sure they're going to get screwed over by somebody. Why do I want to screw you over for $10, lady? Come on. Anyway, okay, so get that off my chest. So I'm going to take a look at that Louis DeJoy. You know, he's supposed to testify before Congress. He's been subpoenaed. I wonder if he's going to, you know, answer that subpoena, if he's going to go and do that. So, you know, he's doing something illegal. When you're interfering with an election, that's illegal. And I hope they throw the book at him. I really do. I think he's in over his head. He doesn't, I mean, he's never been in that, you know, he's never been part of the post office or anything. He doesn't know what he's doing. He really doesn't. Did y'all see all those boxes, those mailboxes they're picking up? Oh my gosh. Can you believe it? And taking some of the sorting machines out? I just can't believe it. I can't even fathom it. I mean, what are they thinking? Have they no conscience? Don't they know people are depending on their checks, their medicines, you know, plus bills? If the bill doesn't come and you don't pay it on time, it screws up your credit and all that. I know a lot of people pay on the internet. I like to get my bills, even though I pay through the internet, I like to see the bill. I like to see it physically in my hand. I like it to come to me. And I still want to see it in my hand. All my bills are still coming by mail. They try to tell me, don't you want to be paperless? No, I want to see that bill. I'm old school. I'm old school. I want to see it. So I'm going to just take a look if he's going to appear before Congress, or is he going to try to ignore that subpoena? Let's take a look at DeJoy. Let's take a look at him. Yeah, I think he's in over his head. Well, let's take a look and see what's going on with him. DeJoy. I bet he don't have too much joy right now. I can't imagine that he's too joyful. I can't imagine he is. So is he going to show up for the subpoena? Is he going to testify before Congress? Is he going to answer their questions? Let's see. Okay. Well, yeah. You know, I think I got the hermit first. I think he's going to do this on his own. You know what I mean? I think Trump is going to tell him, don't do it. Don't go testify. But he's going to choose his own path, and he's going to be by himself over there, showing up on his own. You know, he's not a politician, you know, and he's going to probably obey the rule of law, unlike some other politicians that think they can just do it. And judgment is upon him. Yep. He's being judged. So he will be there, sitting there being judged, and he'll take it. And it does not look good for him. It does not look good. I feel like he's going to be out. So this is the Four of Swords. I feel like he's gonna be out. He'll be out. So I don't know if he's just going to resign, or they're going to get him out of there somehow or another. But I think he's going to go testify. He will go testify. He's not going to have fun doing it, that's for sure. I wonder, how did he feel when those protesters were outside his home? I'm going to take a look at that. How did he feel? How did he feel when the protesters were outside his house? How did that make him feel? Let's take a look at that. Okay. This is so weird, y'all. This is such a controversy. It's so weird. Okay, let's take a look at this. You can't believe it. All right, so the devil. So yeah, you could say he's mixed up with the devil, but really this is about his behavior, that it's his bad behavior. Anytime I see the devil card, I know this is all about, I don't really think of the devil as, some other people, but it's really about bad behavior, bad choices, bad deeds, So that's what the devil really means. So yeah, he's got the devil on him. And, that's why the protesters were there, because of his bad behavior, bad deeds, bad decisions, bad choices, whatever. So that's why they were there, that he had the devil on him. And, that's the way it goes. Next card is Temperance. He had also, it's so funny because he has the devil on him, and then he has the angel of mercy on him too. So, he had a feeling of peace. He wasn't really that worried about the protesters. He felt like, that I'm just doing what I'm supposed to be doing. He's doing the bidding of Trump, Like I said before, he's not a politician, so I don't think he really gets it, like what a terrible misdeed he's doing. But I think it's going to sink in. He may not have realized it and thought it through really well, but it will sink in. So the protesters, they didn't really bother him. He may have already known that was coming, so it didn't bother him too much. He doesn't need this job. He doesn't need this money. He's just being used by Trump. He is a pawn in the scheme of things. He's just being used as a pawn. And sooner or later, he's gonna realize that, But his wife was really freaked out by the protesters. Maybe he wasn't. It didn't bother him a whole lot, but his wife, she was shook up by it, and it bothered her a lot. She was scared. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at something else. Let's see. What about Moscow Mitch? Is he going to lose his Senate seat? I sure hope so. I know I've read on him before and everything, and it hadn't looked good. Is it that Amy McGrath? I think I've contributed to her campaign. And I've contributed to Biden's campaign and everything. And the convention starts today, right? The Democratic convention starts today. I'm recording it. I'm going to record all of it because I'm not going to be able to watch everything, and I want to be able to see what I want to see and then fast forward something that's boring. So I always do that. I record everything. Everything that I watch, I record everything. I cannot stand commercials. Once you do that, you can no longer stand to watch commercials, no patience for them anymore. So let's see if I can get some information about Moscow Mitch. Is Mitch going to get reelected, or will he lose his seat? What's going on with Mitch McConnell? Man, he should retire. That dude's old. Well, they could say the same about Nancy Pelosi, right? She's old too, but we love her. We just don't care for him too much. He's something else. He really is. All right. What can I tell everybody about Mitch McConnell? Is he going to lose his seat? Will Mitch McConnell lose his seat? That's what I want to know. Is he going to lose his seat? I shouldn't be getting happy, y'all, but I can't help it. All right, so let's take a look at the bottom of the deck. That is Trump. Trump is right here on the bottom of the deck. That's so funny. So he's out in the cold. He's not doing right. He's not doing good right now, you guys. Not doing good at all. So that's the start. He's out in the cold. He's having a lot of trouble with his constituents and everybody else. I mean, people do not like him. They do not like him. Judgment is upon him. And the outcome is Knight of Pentacles. This is a yes card, and it is you will get your wish. So it looks not good for him. Yes, he'll lose his seat. Wow. Awesome. I hate to be happy about that, but hey, we need somebody else in there instead of him. That's for sure. Okay. My granddaughter's going back to school today. As a matter of fact, she stopped by today just to say goodbye. She's going back to Austin. You know, we live right outside of San Antonio, so it's just not even a 2-hour drive for her, probably an hour and a half drive for her to go back to school. And she's taking all her courses online, but has an apartment in Austin. She'd already rented the apartment and everything before that they decided they were going to do everything online. And she said, all my classes are online, but I'm going back to school now. So, but she's happy. She's turning 20 in November, and she needs a little freedom, you know, and she wanted to be in that, you know, college setting and be around other people. So oh my gosh, in Austin, you guys probably know how this works, but I didn't know. They poke their eyes for everything. This apartment she's renting, they just rent the bedroom part, you know, so she has her own room, and there's other people in the apartment. So there's other girls there. One of them is a friend of hers, and I think somebody else that she doesn't know. On top of that, there's so many fees that they just charge these kids, all kinds of fees, just stupid fees. She was telling me about them. They charge an extra $100 to let her park her car there, $100 a month to let her park her car in the apartment complex that she's renting an apartment from. I mean, my gosh, they're just making money off these kids like crazy. It's so sad. They have a fee for processing. Like every time she pays, they charge her $6 to process her payment. I mean, stupid, huh? They can just get by with all kinds of stuff. Anyway, okay. So she's happy to be back in school, and I'm glad right now that she's just taking her classes online so that she won't, you know, have too much contact with other people. She told me today that she has a bunch of her friends has had the coronavirus, the COVID. She said a bunch of my friends have already had it and they're fine. So, you know, that makes young people think it's just fine. I can get sick. It won't hurt me. But it may not hurt a few people, but then other people, it may hurt them really bad, and they bring it home to their families and to older, you know, people in their families. So, okay. Oh, did y'all see Melania? She was coming off Air Force One with Trump, and it's all over the internet. Y'all probably seen it. She's Trump's trying to get her hand again. He's trying to hold her hand. He goes for her hand, and she pushes it away. You know, she has her $3,000 bag, Birkin bag that she's holding. Can you imagine? Please, you know, that's 2 months house payment for me. I'm not a wealthy person. I could never, I wouldn't. I would never even spend that much money on a bag. If I spend $25 on a bag, it's a lot. I'm not a primpy kind of girl, y'all. I'm just not. Anyway, it's so funny. And boy, their kid Barron, he has gotten tall. He is so tall. In these last 4 years, and he's only 14 years old, and he's over 6 foot tall. He's really tall. My grandson's tall. He'll be 13 in December, And I think he's like 5'10" right now, and I would say he's pretty tall for a 13-year-old. So that's pretty tall. He's like an inch smaller, shorter than my husband, and my husband's 5'11". He's so skinny, though. He weighs like 150 pounds. He is skinny. Skinny. That boy needs to eat. Anyway. Oh, and also, when they were getting on Air Force One, did you see Barron? He was like this. Right behind his dad's back, like, move it. Get on there. Get going. You know how kids are. They're so funny. Everybody's watching everything everybody does, especially all those Trumps. And Trump's brother passed away. You know, I really thought when they said Trump was going to go visit his brother in the hospital, I thought, that means he must be really, really in bad shape that his brother's going to go visit him. You know, that Trump's coming over there. I figured he must have been really, really sick. Now people are saying, did he have COVID? Did he have COVID? I don't think he had COVID. You know, number one, I'm not getting that. And number two, I don't think they would have let President Trump anywhere near him if he was dying from COVID, you know. So I don't think so. I don't think it was that. And I did hear, I read that he was taking blood thinners and he had a brain bleed, you know. So probably some type of stroke or something. God bless him. No matter what, you know, God bless him. God bless him. Now, Trump's world is getting a little smaller and a little smaller. He could rely on his brother, like he asked his brother to, you know, he's basically sicked him on the niece when she had Mary Trump, when she had the book coming out. He had Robert go and, you know, make a lawsuit against his niece. Now, he ain't going to have that. He don't got that, you know, that little brother to go sick on people anymore. So his world is getting a little smaller and a little smaller. And then he went and played golf while he knew his brother was dying, and he went and played golf just like his other brother. When his other brother was dying, he went to the movies, you know. It's just a weird man. He is a weird man. How could you do that, you know? I don't know. Not that it would have changed the situation at all, but I want to really see, how does Trump really feel about that? You know, that was his brother after all. We look at Trump like he's a monster and he has no feelings. How did that affect him? I just want to see how he feels about that situation, really, in his heart, how he feels about that situation. What can I tell everybody about that? Huh. Well, it's kind of like what you would think. So the first card is the death card. That's Robert dying. The next one is the Seven of Wands. That's that stand your ground card. So, you know, there's nothing he could do about it. He was just like, he's just going to be Trump. Trump's going to do what Trump's going to do because, you know, that's just how he is. Honestly, you know, and did he feel really bad about it? No. He didn't really feel that bad about it, y'all. You know, it's just like, I don't know. He's really, really strange about things. It's just like, well, that's how it goes. That's how life is. It's just, that's it. He's very cold, you know. So no, it didn't bother him that much. It really, really didn't. You know, maybe he did have a feeling for his brother and everything, but it didn't really bother him, you know. It's like, well, that was his time to go, you know, so that's how he is. That's just how he is. Okay, you guys, so anything else? Did I miss anything? Anything I wanted to talk about? I think not. I think that's the things I wanted to talk about today. So I've been super, super busy. If you notice, I haven't been making a whole lot of videos. I have had a lot of readings to do every day. Yesterday I had 0 readings because I designed it that way. I usually try to not do readings on Saturday or Sunday, but I've been so busy that I did them on Saturday too. But because I'm such a busy person, you know, and I can fill my days up with readings. That's great. It's really great. So anyway, yesterday I just took the day off and I didn't do any readings at all. Yesterday morning I had woke up really early and I fell back to sleep. And I sleep maybe 5 or 6 hours a night, and that's it. And it's fine with me. It's good. I wake up super early every morning. I like doing that. I like being a few hours out on my own in the mornings, having a cup of coffee before everybody gets up. It's nice. And I fell back to sleep, and then all of a sudden, my husband hits me in the chest with his hand. I feel his hand on my chest. But what he'd done is he'd flung his hand over. When he rolled over, he just flung his hand over, and it was just by accident. But I thought he woke me up for a reason. I was having the weirdest dream. I dream things about situations, about people that I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm having a dream and I don't recognize anybody in the dream. I don't know anybody or nothing. And I'm just it's like I've gone to like a different dimension and I'm living a different life. I've done it a whole bunch of times. It's so weird. When he woke me up and I said, "What?" And he's looking at me and he goes, "What?" And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Why did you wake me up?" And he goes, "I didn't wake you up. You woke me up." And I said, "I wanted to finish that dream." It was such a weird dream. It was a dream about women being pregnant. There was 3 pregnant women. I don't know who they were or nothing at all. It's so weird. It's like I was an observer on somebody's life and I'm observing their life. Now, I do believe that you can have an out-of-body experience when you go to sleep. You can travel, and go, and I have done that. I have done that when I go to sleep at night. I've had it many times where I've left my body and gone somewhere. So that may be what was happening, and I may be overlooking something that was going on in somebody else's life because I didn't recognize anything going on in that dream. I don't know who it was or what it was. Nothing. So it's really weird. And that's why I wanted to finish it, because I wanted to know who they were and what was going on. But anyway, that was super weird. All right. So enough of my weird dreams, you guys. And anyways, if you'd like to get a reading with me, just look down below, email me. I'll get a reading. I can probably turn it around this week. I can turn it around in 24 hours again. I've caught up on my readings now. But last week it was like every 2 days. But if you'd like to get a reading, just let me know, okay? Thank y'all so much for listening to me, subscribing, commenting. I read all your comments. I really appreciate them. Keep up the prayers for, all the people that are having such a tough time right now. All the prayers for the people that have COVID, people that are, having to fight the fires and around their homes and everything. Just pray for all those people. There's also, bad weather going on right now, a lot of tornadoes and things like that. A lot of people got damaged, their houses. And did you see all that destruction on TV? All the trees down, these huge trees. So keep those in your prayers too. And who else? What else? I'm sure I'm missing something. There was other things I wanted to say, I think, but I should have wrote them down. But just keep everybody in your prayers. This is all going to pass. Just know that, we're going to have a new president and all of this is going to pass. Believe me, this energy is affecting everybody and everything. It really is. All this energy is. But it's going to pass, and it's already starting to feel better. Don't y'all feel like it's getting better already? It's so nice to see Biden on TV and talking and encouraging us and, giving us hope. So there's hope, and we're going to get through it. All right, guys. Love y'all so much. I'll talk to you again soon. Y'all take care, okay? Oh, do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to you, okay? Bye for now.